Hello and welcome everybody to the ONINO August 2026 community update. Great to have you here. Great to have you tune in. Thank you very much for listening. We're going to wait a couple seconds for everyone to join in, to listen live, and then we're going to start right away. We have Kai, Lucas, and Christina here today as well, additionally. So they will jump in as well to say quick hi.
Hey everyone, welcome. So good to be back with you all for our August community update.
Hello everyone, also warm welcome from my side. Looking forward to this update.
Hi everyone, sweaty greetings from Germany. We all hope you have had a great summer so far and you survived the heat. We're excited to give you some exciting new updates in this community update. Stay tuned.
Okay, quick confession before we start. Some of you may know I was on a safari pretty much this whole month, off the grid, in a tent, camping for 2 weeks, staring at animals instead of Slack. So a lot happened at ONINO while I was gone, and I have not caught up with everything yet, which means for the first time ever, I'm hearing most of this live right alongside you. And it was pretty worth it. I saw a leopard sleeping up in a tree, and I need someone to be excited with me for this one. I saw a cheetah. If you don't know, the Kruger, that's basically a 0.01% chance you'll see a cheetah per hectare. They are super rare. Anyway, enough about my spotted cats. I am joined by Alex, Lucas, and Kai, and from the little I've seen, this was another huge month. Alex, please catch me up. Take it away.
Perfect, Christina. Thank you very much. Just a little review of July and then going to give you the preview for August. We had 3 major platform releases in a single month, which is the fastest cadence in this year. Pretty cool thing. We also had, I think, the fastest cadence for new leads. We had the fastest cadence for new features. So everything is speeding up more and more and more. We're building out many systems that really make everything that we're doing more efficient, more reliable, more professional. So it's really, really nice time to work at the moment. A lot helped by AI, but specifically also by building systems that utilize AI in the right way and not just vibe coding and, removing your brains and just letting AI do the work. Long story short, very good month. We did have a couple updates. I'm going to touch on them very quickly, but I think Kai and Lucas will go in that a little more deeply. For example, tokens now mint automatically on chain, straight to the investor wallets. We have crypto payments that went live, so investors can now settle subscription payments in crypto. We had the largest platform partnership to date that reached final closing. And the first issuance is expected to be on August on this platform of this specific partner. And just in general, to give you some numbers, we had 21 new tokenization opportunities that entered the pipeline, which is around about 1 per working day, which is a very good thing. That's definitely a cadence that we're going to at least hold, but I think will grow as well. It's super nice to see that everything is happening organically. So it's either through the network or it's people Googling, asking ChatGPT, Claude, whatever. So at the moment, this is what we can do. So we're kind of at capacity with this. But we will in time also start doing advertisements, press releases and all those things to really spin up the machine even quicker and more intensively. But for now, this is really something that we can work with very well. And this makes 150 plus new companies in the network total, which is a pretty big thing. And all in all, I just had a look at our CRM. We had 280 plus deals in there. And we did clean up. So it's not just a mess there. It's really literal companies. Of course, not all of them are going to be converted. Everyone that is in sales knows it's a numbers game. But it's a very good sign, and it's really showing that the market is maturing. Our sales cycles also are going down. So the time from us talking to the person in the first time and then the person closing and going with us is shortening as well. So all of this is showing that the market is maturing and we as a company as well are evolving in a very good direction. Yeah, that is July at a glance. Then I want to go a little bit into ecosystems and partnership. You definitely saw it. We announced the Bitalo partnership. Essentially, what we're going to do with them is a joint go-to-market for tokenized digital securities. They are handling the distribution network, and we are doing the tech for the platform. And as a co-joint partnership, we're going to do a couple nice things. We're going to be speaking more about it on LinkedIn, on X, on Discord. So we're going to keep you posted and going to update you what else is coming. But it's pretty cool to have such a partnership, not just a client and platform relationship, but really a partnership as well with a German company that essentially follows many of the same principles that we do. Then we have new partnerships in motion with regulated infrastructure providers and advisory networks. Maybe Lucas is going to say more about that later on, including one partner network of 70 plus regulated financial firms. And this will open a one-to-many distribution channel for tokenized issuances, which is something that we're working on as well. So we don't want to just focus on individual leads and individual clients, but also on multiplicators, where we win one partner or one client and it opens up the doors for many, many others to come in, essentially enabling us to scale much better and to deliver our value much more. Also, I mentioned earlier, our largest white label platform partnership to date has reached final closing in July, and the first real-world tokenized issuances will be scheduled to launch in August, which is an amazing achievement as well. We did a lot of specific development for them. Kai will maybe touch on a little more on that. It took a lot of effort, a lot of time, but I think it's well worth it for this client and also for all the others to come later on. This was a big project, and it's really nice to kick it off very soon now. And also, we started integration work with a regulated custody and infrastructure layer to support upcoming joint customer launches. We do have a couple of partners there already. That's another one, essentially to broaden our scope and to work with many more partners. Yeah, that's everything for ecosystem and partnerships. Then, to give you a look at our pipeline and demand, it's kind of an aggregation. I did speak about the two first numbers already. We did have 21 new tokenization opportunities in July. We have 150 plus new companies added to the ONINO network. This is including the multiplicators. So 29 times a multiplicator equals 150. That's the idea behind that. Then the demand is coming from, at the moment, financial services and fintech, around 1/3. Then we have real estate tokenization as 14%, and clean tech and renewable energies, that's 10%. Those are the three biggest ones. And then we have funds, SME financing, trade finance, shipping, and payments infrastructure. And the trend that we're seeing in general is that demand is broadening way beyond real estate, and tokenized financing is becoming a cross-industry instrument in whole Europe. So we are targeting whole Europe, but we do have customers outside as well sometimes. So ONINO is really offering their services more or less worldwide at the moment. But Europe is the core market still. Then, to give you a little status of where we stand today, we have 10 live platforms and more than 10 platforms planned in the next 2 to 3 months. And the first ones are already beginning onboarding, so technical and legal onboarding and structuring. Those support multiple business models, multiple jurisdictions, multiple asset classes, multiple investor types. So it's really nice to see that this platform that's at the core of all those things has also evolved to support so many different use cases. And it's really interesting to see what else is going to come. But yeah, it's really fun to see how many different platforms and how many different cases we're supporting at the moment. Then just a small look at the events. There is the Bundesblock Digital Assets Day at TUM Blockchain Conference. That's October 30 in Munich. More than 1,000 expected participants will be there as well. We'll go a little more into details. Maybe you've also seen we have been to way less conferences than the last years. And this is because the market is there now. We do not need to go to conferences anymore to talk to thousands of people. We're literally at our desks. We're converting leads. We're further developing the platform. We have gotten an understanding and we've gotten a network where we have enough demand just by itself and are building systems with the website and everything else to target the right people. So we have gone a little less to conferences, like you've seen. It will also be an up and down always. So there might be a time where we'll do a little more. Now is a time where we do a little less, which doesn't mean that we have less demand. It's much more, and this is why we do not need those conferences anymore. There's a PwC event in Hamburg that I'm going to attend this week, Wednesday and Thursday, and we're going to do a couple on-site remote customer kickoff workshops, and on-site and remote. And also for August, the first issuance, like I said, from a newest partner platform is going live. This is a really big one, so this is why I've put an emphasis on that and mentioned it a couple times. But there's other platforms and other issuances as well, not to forget about those.
Okay, wow, this is what happens when you leave for 2 weeks. 3 platform releases in a month, our biggest white label partnership closing, and 150 plus new companies in the network. I go look at one sheet and you guys all ship the entire roadmap. Thank you, Alex. Incredible updates. From platform updates over to compliance and regulations. Lucas, over to you.
Awesome. Yeah, also a lot happened in there, and we really took the last few weeks to strengthen our positioning in general. And one of that is that we really want to own the regulatory narrative. A narrative that has been neglected for quite some time in crypto in general, but that is now really catching on because all these traditional financial institutions and just also traditional players such as small and medium-sized enterprises are really looking not from a perspective of, oh, this is interesting what's happening on the blockchain, but are looking in terms of how can we use it. So if you ever go back to the ONINO website, again, that is not the ONINO Foundation, but the ONINO.io website, you will see that we are really pushing that narrative. So we are focusing highly on the deep dive articles and how tokenization can be done in practice, not only from a technical side, but also from the regulatory and legal perspective, so that issuers have a much easier time to issue. Because that's something most of our other players in the market that are tokenization players don't do. They provide the tech, but that's all they do. And we really provide the full package service. So the focus really is on crypto securities, MiCA classified assets, other crowdfunding regulations, and then just in general, the honest takes on tokenization, because we see that hype is never sustainable. And you know us, we've built our whole brand on not going for hype, but going for substance over the last few years. And that's where we're really looking to educate every single person out there on tokenization, its use cases, and where it can grow towards, because we still see us just at the start of the growth curve, what tokenization, but also what relates to ONINO. So that is a huge part on our positioning, and that already drives a lot of the pipeline that Alex mentioned that came in newly in just the month of July. So we're looking forward to this growing. This is also not only reflected on our outside positioning, but also directly deeply embedded into our product, and also in the partnerships we're doing. So a big thing that we shipped is really our compliance cockpit. This is essentially, you can imagine, like, you as an investor don't really see it, but in the background, the overhead for compliance and checks and approvals for the back office team managing a tokenized instrument is a lot. And we've now really condensed all of this down into a single easy to use dashboard where you can just see like what open to do's you have. And when you checked everything off, you're fine. And you know your tokenized issuance is running smoothly and you can sleep at night as an issuer, which is of really high importance for anyone that is looking into tokenization and to issue something. Then furthermore, this is more for the institutional side of our clients. We've introduced more roles. One of that is the observer role. That essentially is, you can imagine a big corporation, you have people managing the investors, people managing communication, and then you have also people managing compliance and anti-money laundering duties. And these people need roles to access the platform and basically see and observe that everything is going correctly and that everything is basically compliant. Also, we have improved further support for GDPR-friendly user deletion of data, something that can be cumbersome, but is just very, very important, especially in the market where we're operating in. Like there's so much sensitive data involved and so much trust involved in counterparties. And while tokenization tries to remove counterparties, the platform it is built upon needs to be trustworthy, and so GDPR is a huge focus for us. And also, furthermore, we've done a lot of reliability improvements that just further enhance the way our platform operates and that nothing can go wrong. And before we go to the next parts, we also had a big influx of new interest, not only on the client side, on deals, what Alex mentioned, but also on the partnership side, as our positioning really starts to work for itself now. So Kai will go over two really, really exciting new partnerships in the next few slides. And these are just the start or the tip of the iceberg, if you can say so.
Thanks, Lucas. The compliance stuff is honestly so cool and sounds like it's been keeping you very busy. The cockpit and all those articles breaking everything down especially. Those are actually the ones Lucas and I worked on together before I left, so it's really nice to see them out in the world. And this is the stuff that makes tokenization actually work and understood, so it's great to see. And now the part we've been waiting for, the tech and blockchain. Kai, take it away.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Following up on Lucas's compliance product updates, I also want to give some more general product updates and give you some more glimpses behind the scenes that explain to you what we have been working on. So next to all the compliance features that Lucas has mentioned, we have also worked hard to add several tier 1 grade back office features for our clients, the platform operators, that make basically using the platform for them even more easy. And among, for example, the compliance cockpit that Lucas has mentioned, we have also created a fully refactored new analytics dashboard that basically allows platform operators to get really, really true and helpful insights from the data on their platform. And yeah, while of course the dashboard is huge and you could scroll a few times for seeing all of the different analytics widgets on it, I just wanted to show you a quick little excerpt here on the right side, showing you what, for example, you can do. So we have, for example, payment analytics that basically allows a platform operator to send a bulk email payment reminder to all of the investors who haven't paid yet. You can see, for example, your cancellation quotes. So since a few weeks ago, there's a new law that basically allows people to easily withdraw and revoke their investments again. And admins can see very good analytics on this to see, for example, also the reasons behind that. And we also have, for example, marketing-related analytics that you can see here in this little excerpt. We see, for example, the acquisition funnels. So basically how many people signed up, how many of them started the first investment, and how many actually completed the first investment. And if you have, for example, higher drop-off rates here, you can then, for example, conclude that you need better educational or marketing materials. And we also have a checkout funnel that basically shows how people move throughout the investment process. And how many people you basically lose in each step of the investment process. Of course, we as a platform tech provider also always do our best to keep these rates as low as possible. But yeah, a lot of these contents is, of course, configurable by the platform operators. So here they have, for example, analytics measures to improve their conversion. And we have, for example, also investor-based analytics that show, for example, how many of your investors invest for a second time, how well the holdings are distributed across your top 10 holders. So in crypto terms, we would say the whales. And we see, for example, retention rates, how long the investors stay on your platform and how often they come back. So yeah, you see, it hasn't only been compliance in the last 4 weeks, but we've also done a lot behind the scenes to deliver great and helpful insights to our clients, the platform operators. And with that, we can move on to the next slide, please. Well, I want to go into two very new, exciting business and tech partnerships that we have implemented and are still in the process of implementing in the last 4 weeks. So on the one hand, we have added Concedes, which is for us, super exciting new partnership. Concedes, next to Black Manta Capital Partners, poses the second liability umbrella integration on our platform. And you can think of it, I will try to explain it in layman terms, like that. So Concedes is holding a fully fledged BaFin license. They're licensed as a Wertpapierinstitut, or in English roughly translate to Securities Institute, which means basically the BaFin has authorized them with a license so that they are able to basically distribute digital assets and securities for different issuers on a platform like, for example, ONINO. And usually getting such a license, which is required by a lot of our clients, is very expensive and cumbersome. And what liability umbrellas like Concedes, for example, do is that they basically provide you could say, license as a service. So our clients that want to operate a platform and need this license, they can get onboarded very easily with Concedes. Takes a few steps on their side. They also register that with the BaFin, and then they can basically recycle or reuse the license of Concedes. And the cost of that is cut by approximately 99%. And the time to license, so to say, is cut from, in the worst case, several years to just 1 or 2 weeks. So this is a very, very helpful compliance integration for our platform operator customers. And then on the next slide, I just want to quickly go into the next integration we have. And this is personally one of my favorite integrations, which is Njala. And Njala is a also BaFin licensed German crypto securities registrar. And that is also like a very complex compliance term, but it's actually not too hard when you dive a bit more into it. So what they do is basically they hold a license that they are allowed to lead an official on-chain registry of tokenized securities. So it's basically fully compliant. It allows for the security-grade tokenization of, for example, bonds, or funds, or actually even equities. And Njala, next to, for example, Cashlink, that we have mentioned a few months ago, you may remember them, is our second crypto registries provider. And a cool fun fact on the side here, Njala was actually the first European company to natively tokenize stocks in whole Europe. So this is actually very, very exciting partnership for us. And we are very happy about these, on the one hand, business partnership with them, but on the other hand, to have them as a technical integration on our platform. So yeah, you see, on the one hand, we are increasing the capabilities for our clients and platform operators with every week. And on the other hand, we are also expanding our integrations and partner ecosystem. Of course, as always, with our goal to become the Shopify of tokenized financing and provide our clients with as much helpful integrations and partners as possible that they may need to basically launch an amazing tokenized financing platform. And yeah, that was it from my side. And as always, if you have some more questions on what is going on behind the scenes in the tech team, just let us know. We'll try to give as many insights as possible.
All right, thank you for that partnership rundown. Kai also showed me the analytics dashboard right before this live, and I must say it was super cool to be walked through, and it's always incredible seeing what our devs, Kai and Erdal, managed to build so fast. And that's a wrap. Thank you all for being here, for letting me experience this one live with you. And a big thank you to Alex, Lucas, and Kai for walking us through everything. Drop any questions in the Discord general, and I'll stick around to answer them. Until next month, take care. And if anyone wants leopard photos, you know where to find me. See you next month.
Thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, Christina, for being back and guiding us through.
Thank you, everyone, and see you next time. Or let us know on Discord if you have any open points.
Thank you very much also from my side. Have a wonderful August, everyone. See you soon.